Hey, this is Jeremy Curran with Easy Logistics and Global Trans. We've been getting a lot of inquiries about our WooCommerce API freight automation app, and I wanted to go through all the different configuration menus and how robust and easy it is to set up a myriad of ways to fully automate the quote, book, track, and pay feature when you're using a WooCommerce e-commerce site. First and foremost, you would need a WordPress site enabled with WooCommerce for e-commerce sales. Then you're going to go into the App Store, number one, and select the Global Trans Freight API feature. Enable that, get with us to get a Global Trans Freight Shipping account open and payment method on file so that it's active for shipping. We can then request your API key code, which you then take and put into the Global Trans app in WooCommerce. That pulls all our carriers and rates and modes of service and allows you to configure it how you're most comfortable and see fit. Number three is selecting the carriers, whether you want your clients to be able to see all quotes and all carriers, or selected carriers and quotes, just depending on your comfort level, or maybe it's just a few carriers that you're most comfortable with and you're not so concerned about having the least expensive price in every single lane. It offers all that flexibility. Number four, quote settings. Do you want your clients to see the lowest cost carrier, the fastest transit time? Do you want to put a small percentage markup on it? You can do that in the form of a percentage or a flat dollar amount. Number five, final mile or standard LTL. We do have API services for both final mile and standard LTL. Today we're kind of talking more about standard LTL freight shipping, but the final mile product through our Sirius acquisition allows you to configure to a threshold delivery, a room of choice delivery, or a premium service where you can pretty much do anything you want. It's just a matter of how much it's going to cost, right? Number six, how do you want to configure your order cutoff time? Generally speaking, before 12 or at 12 local warehouse or shipping point time, we can deliver same day pickups and shipping service. Or do you want to always configure it to do next day or give you a couple of days if you're creating or you have a complicated palletizing system for the products? We've even seen companies that do custom orders and need like a month. So you can configure all that. Number seven, residential detection. We have an automated residential detection system. I think it's like a flat $20 or $40 per month. Probably well worth it, but you can also allow your clients to input all that information and then just trust that they're giving you the correct information so that ultimately affects the quote price. So I think the automated version is probably well worth it for $20 or $40. Number eight, Liftgate deliveries. Do you always want a Liftgate delivery on a business to consumer shipping and purchase, or do you want, again, you can use our detection service that can tie in the Liftgate as well to automate that and kind of take a little bit of the guesswork out of it. Number nine, do you want to include a handling or prep fee with your freight shipping? If you have a complicated creating or palletizing system or prep, you can put a flat dollar amount or whatever you want in there, just so you're making sure you're covering your cost basis for all this. Number 10, LTL weight threshold, parcel versus LTL. So generally speaking, anything over 150 pounds would be rated as freight versus parcel, ground, UPS, FedEx, those modes. But we do have actually another exciting product that I wasn't completely aware of until recently, called Freight Desk Online, that will allow you to import FedEx, UPS, DHL, USPS, our freight rates, brokered freight rates, and then carrier direct tariffs all into one system and basically do the same thing. So if you want to learn more about that, just give me a call and I can talk you through it and kind of walk you through it. But it's pretty exciting and allows a lot of flexibility as far as what you can and can't do. Number 11, allowing own shipping arrangement, just in case maybe they have a carrier of their own choice that they would want to send in. It allows you the flexibility to allow that for your customers as well on your e-commerce site. Number 12, inputting warehouse locations or drop ship locations. So if you have multiple proprietary warehouse and shipping centers, or if you have multiple dropship vendors, you can configure that any way you want as well, just allowing you a lot of flexibility as far as where you can ship from and where the system will rate from. Number 13, in-store pickup settings. If you have actual physical retail locations and you want your clients to be able to come in and pick it up from store, like Target or something like that, you can configure it to a certain number of miles from that location to offer that service, or if they're within a certain postal code, there are other ways you can configure it as well. It's pretty robust. Number 14, local delivery settings. If you have a local carrier from your regional warehouse facilities that we can't match or whatever, you can offer those local delivery settings as well. Number 15, inputting and configuring your pallet size and your individual handling unit size. So the weights and dimensions of palletized configurations, as well as the weights and dimensions of your individual handling units, and your freight class, so that the tool rates correctly based on what is and isn't actually shipping. Sounds fairly complicated, but once you actually look at the graphics of how you do it, it really isn't all that complicated. Number 16, configuring your product dims and weights, class and handling units, both individual handling units and palletized. So a lot of people already have that in Excel. If you've already loaded it into WooCommerce for your actual shopping component, and you can simply add a few rows and put in the dimensions and weights and classes of the actual handling units so that everything rates correctly. That's kind of it. There's more to it, but these are the most important features, in my opinion, of why you would want to consider this option for the WooCommerce Freight Shipping API. And ultimately, why would you want to work with my company and this freight shipping app that we have via Global Trans and on WooCommerce? If I were you, just automating the process from shopping to selecting the product to rating the freight shipment, and then your clients can literally pay for the product, the freight shipping, and all of it at checkout, and then it auto books the loads. So this allows you to have way less staff to handle a very scalable business. If you want to keep headcount low, obviously working with us and our conduits with Global Trans, we provide industry-leading LTL freight shipping rates and truckload freight shipping rates. Working specifically with my company, we do have access to really robust technology and great rates, but you're really dealing on the customer service side with my small team. So there's no passing the buck. I don't have hundreds of employees, and we're very accountable. So hopefully that resonates with you. And then I, being the owner, am heavily involved and generally CC'd on a lot of the emails. So I'm available, I'm reachable, and I am involved. And we're not looking to be the biggest company, but I do want to grow, and we want to work with companies that make great products and help everybody out. So again, literally from your e-commerce platform with WooCommerce, connecting to the warehouse and the shipping providers, the whole process can be automated. So if you want to drill into this a little bit more, I'd be happy to have a quick meeting with you and walk you through the pros and cons, or just kind of talk you through how this plays out operationally from my 20 years in the freight and logistics business. If you want to reach me, I can be reached at 866-854-5341, extension 3, or Jeremy at easylogisticsmanagement.com. Hope you're having a great day. We're looking to grow. We'd be honored to work with you. So give me a call if you're interested in these products.